Hi everyone and welcome to a new episode of Freight Forward Talk with 3-Line Shipping. Today we have a very special guest who is a bit of a geographic nerd. That's why we took him for this episode where we focus on the shipping routes. As we are working in a freight forwarding company, a lot of time we should understand what are the shipping routes by which a vessel travels from one destination to another destination, from the port of loading to the port of destination. And that's what we're going to learn today. Mr. Ankit has been working with the company for a decade now. He is working in the capacity of business unit head, who is responsible for all the sales. That means he's bringing money to the company. So I welcome you, sir, to the podcast.
Thank you, Sunita. Thanks for inviting me here. I'm glad to be here. I would try my best to answer all your questions in my capacity.
I know you will do a perfect justice to this because I have seen plenty of times when the pricing team is stuck with an inquiry. I've seen you how you navigate those challenges and guide them. So I am really hopeful.
Thanks. I'll try my best.
So the first and in a way, let's introduce this topic itself. What are the major shipping routes in the world and why are they important?
See, shipping is important, is the most important route for global trade today. Majority of the world trade crosses intercontinent and intracontinent via shipping routes itself. Yeah, we use air and land also, but the major portion is being moved through shipping lines and ocean. If we talk about major shipping lanes, these are mainly intercontinental. For an example, Trans-Pacific, yeah, that connects Asia to West Northern America. Yeah.
Okay.
Then there is Inter-Atlantic, which connects Europe to Northern America, East Coast. Then there are Inter-Asia routes, which connects all the Middle East to Southeast Asian countries, basically from Indian Ocean to South China Sea. Yeah? So these are all long-haul routes in which the vessel route will take more than 3-4 weeks to maybe 8 to 10 weeks. Yeah? If we talk about the short-haul routes, which are intra-continent, I mean within Asia. For an example, when we move ships from China or Southeast Asian countries like South Korea, like Singapore, like Malaysia to Middle East. So these are smaller sailing routes. 2 weeks, 3 weeks most probably. The vessels are smaller and the carrying capacity is also small. Yeah. So this is basically the difference between long haul and short haul shipping lanes.
Okay. And why are they important for trade, sir?
Today, as the world is, most of the trade is globalized. I mean, the retail is, let's say, in Americas, but the manufacturing is happening in Asia, predominantly in China.
Yes.
So all the goods, all the companies which might be registered in the Western countries, selling the products worldwide, but they have their manufacturing in Asia, in multiple countries. So all these manufacturing hubs, they produce the goods in the factory, bring it to the port of loading, and from there, through these ships, which as we discussed, if it is intercontinent, it will go on long-haul vessels. Otherwise, for intra-continent, they will go on small-haul, short-haul feeder vessels.
Correct.
Yes, as you said. So these ships carry almost more than 75% of the global trade. So you and me, when we use an iPhone,
Products, yeah,
or
everything is
this coffee mug.
Correct.
This coffee mug might be manufactured in China, purchased by a trader in Dubai. How does it move? It will move through containers, maybe 20-footers or 40-foot containers, through, let us assume, a port of load is Shanghai. Within 2 to 3 weeks, it will reach 𝗙𝗏𝗏. Then it will reach the importer, wholesaler, retailer, then me as a consumer. So complete supply chain is catered to by the shipping
routes. Correct. Okay. We have heard few things like canals and straits. What are these? These are some kind of water bodies.
Yeah. So there are many small straits. People call them choke points, but choke points has a negative notation to it, but these are basically canals or straits which are small water bodies connecting bigger oceans or the bigger seas. But these points are vital for international shipping routes. Why? Because they provide a smaller distance for ships to reach from one continent to another continent or from one country to another country. Yeah, they save a lot of costs, sailing time for the vessels, and in the end, when the consumer receives the product, if he is waiting for the product to be in the retail shop, the transit time of the vessel matters a lot. The cost of shipping matters a lot. So these straits, for an example, let's say Suez Canal. Suez Canal is one of the most important canal, that a small water body that connects Mediterranean Sea to Red Sea. And Red Sea, in fact, connects into the Indian Ocean. So all the products which are going from Southeast Asian countries to Europe, they have to pass by Suez Canal. Yeah.
Got it.
If Suez Canal was not there, the complete shipping route will change. It has to go all around Africa to the Cape of Good Hope. This will increase the transit time by at least 2 to 2.5 weeks and the distance by more than 7,000 kilometers. That distance and that time means cost.
Correct. More fuel.
More fuel, more shipping cost. Shipping cost gets added into the retail price of the product. When the retail price increases, it becomes expensive for the end consumer as well.
Correct.
So these straits or these choke points are actually boon for the shipping industry because they help us save costs and transit time.
How does the geopolitical situations like we had in a couple of months back itself, there was a conflict between Iran and Israel. Yeah. How does that affect trade?
See, first of all, if we talk the bigger picture, of course, it affects the manufacturing capacity, the supply capacity of the originating countries which are involved in this dispute. In this case, Iran and Israel. But there has been many disputes in which the global trade has been impacted. See, all the global trade is connected through sea routes.
Correct.
And all the sea routes get affected when these trade lanes, the countries nearing these trade lanes, enter into a dispute. So the ships can't cross. The ships cannot move out of the port, or they will take another route. They will take a deviation. Yeah, they will stop calling those areas geographical areas where there is a dispute going on. In this particular case, the dispute happened in the Middle East, and here, like we were talking about the choke point earlier,
correct,
it is Strait of Hormuz. This is a very narrow strait between Iran and Oman, and UAE also nearby. But this can also be called as an energy choke point of the world because majority of the energy, for an example, fuel and gas, it goes through all the European and Asian countries after crossing the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, this is a very small channel. Yeah, but it handles a lot of volume. Now, when there is a dispute going on above this, near to the Strait of Hormuz, the vessel owners do not prefer to call in these areas. By call, I mean to place their vessels in these areas. So all the trade will come to a halt. If the trade comes to halt, Strait of Hormuz, if it is affected, immediately what will happen is the energy price in the world, for a fuel price, diesel price, petrol price, gas price, everything will get hiked immediately because supply becomes less and demand stays as it is. Correct. If supply is less, demand is more, of course the price will increase. So this is how the recent dispute in the Middle East, it affected the shipping lanes because of the Strait of Hormuz.
So in case of these conflicts, when there is a conflict between two countries, and like you said, if there is a choke point, like Strait of Hormuz, you said, if that is blocked, then what are the alternatives available for shipping line to use?
So that's a very good question. And I think majority of the world leaders are working towards finding an alternate solution to, avoid these supply chain disruptions to happen because of global conflicts. Now, see, the sea route cannot be avoided completely. Alternates are by road, by rail. But road and rail also cannot be a definitive solution when we are talking about transatlantic or trans-Pacific. Shipping routes will always be there. I mean, they cannot be completely avoided.
Two continents we can't connect through rail and all that. It is a very difficult task. I think next to impossible thing.
True. So let us take an example. I mean, Strait of Malacca. Again, Strait of Malacca is one of the busiest strait in the world. It is right between Singapore, Malaysia and Indonesia, and majority of the intra-Asia trade happens through that strait. If that strait is blocked, what happens? If Strait of Hormuz is blocked, what happens? These are the questions everybody has nowadays. All the leaders and all the people in shipping line industry, they're thinking about it. The infrastructure which governments and countries, the leaders, they are implementing solutions. For an example, now there is a train route from China till Europe. So it is completely land. Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of sea, they can move containers on trains starting from China by land throughout till Europe. So that is an alternate. We talked about Hormuz as an energy choke point. Now, there are discussions which we have read in the newspapers as well that there will be direct pipelines. Okay? Direct pipelines carrying fuels, gases from Middle East till Europe. Yeah? We are also hearing about the news in which there is a pipeline directly from Middle East to India. So I'm sure you would have also heard about it.
Yeah.
So these are such alternate strategies or solutions that can help at the time there is a conflict or there is a strait that has been blocked at that point of time. So yes, such solutions are there being implemented, and I hope very soon
that comes into light.
They are commissioned, yes.
Okay. I think that is what we have for today's episode. It's a wrap from our side. Thank you for giving your time. I know you're a busy person.
Thank you.
And we took a lot of time from you.
Thank you, Sunita.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving your time, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Strait of Hormuz, sir.
I know it is lunchtime, Sunita, and you're hungry, but it is not Strait of Hormuz. It is Strait of Hormuz. Yeah.
I'm working on my diction, sir. But I'm hungry also.